There's storms that come in off the Pacific Ocean, and ahead of those storms, they'll have long streams of moisture that are called atmospheric rivers. People have been studying those atmospheric rivers for the last 10 or 15 years, and they know that they can cause a lot of rain or snow along the West Coast, like in the Sierra Mountains. It can drop tremendous amounts of snow. The Bureau of Reclamation, they have dams throughout the western United States that run and control the water flow. Some of those dams are in the interior of the West, so between like the Sierra Nevadas and the Rockies. And a lot of times those areas are fairly dry, but every once in a while they can get very heavy rain or snow. So if it's a very heavy rainstorm, you can get quite a bit of flooding in places like Arizona, which people think are generally dry. One thing that Reclamation does is they try and identify possible storms that may not have occurred in a given location but could occur, because they have to think of a once in a 100-year or once in a 500-year event. So they have to have methods to think about what are the kind of possible storms that could drop so much moisture. So we try to connect that to the broader weather patterns. We found that we could identify sort of clear pathways through the mountains. So these atmospheric rivers would come up against the mountains, and then sometimes they could go through those gaps in the mountains and reach places like Arizona or Idaho. An example of an interesting one was southwest Idaho, where there's a number of dams for reclamation. Oftentimes the atmospheric rivers would come in over like San Francisco, and they'd come up against the mountains, and they couldn't go over the high Sierras, so they'd move north and then find a gap to the north side of the Sierras and then go through there, come across Nevada and into southern Idaho. So I could see for water managers a kind of a short-term application, just in terms of a short-term forecast of improving, knowing where the moisture is. The longer-term benefit could be from the case of, will these things change in the future from climate change? If going forward these atmospheric rivers carry more moisture, then maybe some long-term planning of do the dams have to be adjusted, built higher, say, to account for these kind of bigger storms coming. I've really enjoyed this research project because both the science aspect has been really interesting, but also the fact that it could have real-world applications and help people.